Ashrei HaGafrur. Happy is the match that was consumed but sparked flames. Happy is the flame that burned in the secret places of the heart. Happy are the hearts that knew how to cease beating honorably. Happy is the match that was consumed but sparked flames. Ashrei HaGafrur became her second enduring legacy. Hannah finally crossed into Hungary on the evening of June 7th with 3 companions. Jacques-Antoine Tissandier, an escaped French prisoner of war, was seeking ways to smuggle other prisoners of war out of Hungary. Petr Kalos and Sándor Fleischmann, Hungarian Jews, wanted to get family and friends to safety. During the crossing, the group became lost. Seeing a village in the distance, Fleischmann and Kalos went ahead to determine where they were, while Hannah and Tissandier hid in a field. In the village, Kalos and Fleischmann were stopped by 2 Hungarian gendarmes, who asked them to accompany them to the police station for questioning. As they began to walk, Fleischmann, in an interview many years later, remembered. One gendarme said to the other, "Escort them a bit further and then let them go." Then I heard a shot. Peter had committed suicide. Hannah and Tissandier were quickly discovered and taken into custody. Over the next few days, the 3 prisoners were moved from one location to another. Fleischmann continues his interview. "We were in the custody of the Hungarian police. Hannah tried to escape. She fled the room, ran onto a balcony, but she was caught and severely beaten. They knocked out her front teeth." The prisoners were taken to Budapest and handed over to Hungarian military authorities. The Hungarians immediately brought Hannah's mother, Kato, in for questioning. Kato was asked if she knew where her daughter was, and she replied, "Yeah, Hannah was in Palestine." The interrogator persisted, "Where is she now, this minute?" Then they brought Hannah in. Kato didn't at first recognize Hannah. The signs of the beating she had received during her attempted escape were still fresh and visible. Despite warnings about her and Kato's future, Kato did not urge Hannah to reveal any secrets. After the meeting, Kato was sent home, only to be rearrested later that afternoon by the Gestapo. Only days later, both Kato and Hannah were in the main Gestapo prison in Budapest, the main German Gestapo prison in Budapest. They remained there for the next 3 months. Hannah spent most of that time in solitary confinement, but was often transported to Gestapo headquarters for questioning. All witnesses, including her mother, remarked that Hannah looked well, didn't appear to be frightened, and remained resolute. Despite her solitary confinement, Hannah was occasionally able to meet with her mother or exchange short messages with her. In September, the Gestapo handed Hannah back to Hungarian custody, and she was transferred to the Kanti Street prison. At Kanti Street, she shared a cell with 20 other young women. A cellmate, Vera Leitai, remembers Hannah was quite optimistic. She wasn't someone who felt low or depressed, thinking, "Oh my God, what will happen?" Hannah had a very good sense of humor. We had huge laughs together. There were days when we thought that this would be over and then the world would be ours. Meanwhile, Hannah's mother, Kato, had been released from prison, learned that Hannah stood accused of treason, and arranged for Hannah to be represented by a lawyer. Hannah's trial for treason took place on October 28, 1944, at the courthouse on Margit Boulevard, before a Hungarian military court. Of particular issue was the radio that had been found when Hannah was captured. The defense claimed the radio was intended for communication to determine when and where they could transfer Jews over the border. Senesh had no military objective, and as a soldier in the regular British Army, she should be considered a prisoner of war. The prosecutor remembered differently. He claimed that the expert witness brought in by the army had proven that Hannah had endangered the military interests of Hungary. He claimed that the radio found in her possession was capable of high performance. The judges returned a guilty verdict, but they were split over whether to impose the death sentence. The chief judge adjourned the court for eight days and left Budapest for other business. While away, the chief of staff of the Hungarian army signed an order to carry out the death penalty immediately and to deny Hannah's request for clemency. The morning after the chief judge returned on November 7th, Hannah was executed. Georg Vida, a prisoner who witnessed the execution, reported that Hannah did not allow her executioners to cover her eyes before she was shot.